Good go. Okay, we'll get started now. So thank you very much for taking the time to come in today to today's webinar. And I'd like to introduce myself. I'm Sharon Mitchell and I'm the creator of the Drink Less, Live More program. And these are my twins, Josephine and Jackson, who are now 21. So I would like to confirm for you that you are in the right place today, because by the end of today's webinar, you will know how to drink less without the pain, the guilt, and the heartache. So I know what it feels like to be where you are now, because I have been there myself. I actually have had a dysfunctional relationship with alcohol for my whole adult life. And I started drinking when I was a teenager, and really I loved alcohol. It worked for me on so many levels. It made me happy when I was sad. It made me brave when I was fearful. And it even allowed me to achieve more in my life. Now, I went through my life doing what would be considered the normal thing, and got married, had children, ran a very successful business, and lived life on the outside like the world said I should be. But during all of that time, I continued to drink, and drink dysfunctionally in really unhealthy amounts. So on the outside, my life looked fantastic, but on the inside, I was really a shadow of a human being and nowhere near potentially as good a person I could be in my relationship or as a parent. Now, almost 10 years ago now, I had a number of alcoholic seizures within the last 2 weeks of my drinking. And in the last alcoholic seizure, I almost died. So lying on the table in the emergency room, the doctor said to me 2 things I will never forget. Sharon, you're an alcoholic and you're going to die. So although obviously I didn't like the sound of either of those, I actually didn't know what to do about it. If I had have been able to stop drinking before then, I would have. So this obviously was a crisis time in my life, and I had to go through the process, a very difficult process of dragging myself through into sobriety. So I am very pleased to say that it has been nearly 10 years since that last drink, and I have spent that 10 years working out not only how to live a life without the dysfunction of alcohol, but also how to go on and help many, many other women. So I actually got qualified as a counsellor and a women's coach, and then I not only helped women in my own home country of Australia, but travelled the world and helped many women in many countries rediscover their relationships with alcohol. Now, one thing I discovered while I travelled around the world is that it didn't matter if it was a developing nation with the poorest people in the world, or whether I was working with some of the richest people in the richest nations in the world, the feelings behind why we drink are universal. So I have been able to put all of those things that I learnt over this 10 years into a program that now helps thousands of women worldwide. So I want to say, if you stay till the end of this webinar, not only will you learn 5 simple steps that you can take away with you today that can help you drink less and really begin positive change in your life, but you will also get this special bonus, which is only available for people who stay on the webinar today till the end, and that's a copy of A Charmed Life, which is my book about my story of how I got sober. Now, this is not a short little ebook. This is my actual published book, and it's a very raw and realistic story about my journey with alcohol. So I would love to share that with you if you stay through till the end of the webinar. Now, I had to discover all of this the hard way, but I don't want that for you, and that's why I have established a system, a shortcut that can give you the stress-free way. For me, the hard way was not only the damaging relationships I had in my life, it was trying to live life with hangovers. It was trying to survive while I was hiding the secret of my drinking from the rest of the world. It was the weight gain. It was the feeling terrible about myself. It was having no sense of self-worth, and really my health so badly affected by the way I was drinking. Now, imagine what it would be like for you 3 months from now if you had all this sorted out. What would your life be like if you had more time, more energy, and more money? What would your life be like if you were happier and your relationships were better? And what would your friends say when they saw the new you, the happier, healthier you 3 months from now when you've got all this sorted out? So now I want to go on to the 5 secrets that I can tell you that will help you drink less. Now, how's this resonating with you? I would like to hear from you. If you have any questions, feel free to send them through as we go through this section of the webinar. So our secrets today will be how to drink less and never feel guilty again. I know that seems unachievable, but it is so achievable for you. How eating lots of foods that you love can help you not only lose weight, but to drink less. Find out the secrets of why your drinking is actually helping your children. Learn the really fantastic tips of how to drink less at a party and still be the life of that party. And of course, our final tip, which I know you're going to love, how to actually do less but be more valuable to not only your family but your community. So we'll move on now to the first secret, which is how to drink less and never feel guilty again. Now, this is really exciting stuff because we're able to share this with you because of really new research that tells us that unlike in the past where they thought the neural pathways in our brain, so the ways that we felt and we thought and we acted, were set that way for the rest of our lives. So once we had established those neural pathways, those connections in our brain, that they would stay like that forever. Now, we know now that our neural pathways are actually plastic, meaning that they have the ability to change and to move. Now, this is really exciting stuff because this means you have the power to change the way you feel and you think, including your guilt, which guilt is such a big burden that so many women carry, especially women who have a problem with their drinking. So the ability for us to know that we can change the way we think is one of the key areas in our program that we work on. So one important point here to know is that if you ignore your guilt or drink through your guilt, it's never going to go away, because all you're doing by doing that is actually strengthening the neural pathways that are already there that allow you to feel guilty. So there are some really good strategies for you to use that you can make the neural pathways in your brain change into the direction you want to go, which can actually be a guilt-free life. So changing your thought patterns through positive affirmations, positive self-talk is a very clear-cut, proven way to change the way you think and stop feeling guilty. Now, some really amazing, very new information is that it has recently been discovered that the neural pathways that are related to habit change do not have the ability to build new neural pathways unless we do joyful activities in our life. So by doing things you enjoy, you are actually assisting the neural pathway growth so that you can change your feelings and thinking into a direction that you would like. So I'm going to give you a couple of key takeaways today that you can take with you and actually begin to start changing the neural pathways so you can stop not only feeling guilty, but other feelings you don't like sitting with also. So these tips can take just 20 minutes a day. So the first one is, if you begin 5 minutes every day to actually sit and feel your feelings. This is an amazing step for you to understand what your guilt is feeling like, and maybe the first time that you're doing that without having a drink to try to get rid of those feelings. Another way to spend just 5 minutes of your day, and you will see real results, is rewiring your brain with positive self-talk and affirmations. Now, you can choose your own affirmations, you can choose your own positive self-talk to begin rewiring your brain in the direction that you would like. If you have any trouble with that, of course, there are loads of great affirmations available online that can help with the kind of positive self-talk you would like to rewire your brain away from guilt. And then this one you're going to love, of course, is carve out 10 minutes in your day to do something that is fun. So by doing a joyful activity for even 10 minutes a day will actually allow your neural pathways to grow in the direction that you would like, and you can start noticing that you will feel less guilty. Now, I'm going to move on now to one of the lovely ladies who's actually successfully gone through the Drink Less, Live More program. Now, this is Chris, and before she came on the program, she told us that she had a lot of guilt and shame. Her red eyes and shaking hands were embarrassing for her. She had no energy and never felt good. She wasn't confident, and she didn't feel like she was her real self. She was drinking too much wine, blacking out and embarrassing herself, and she was sick and tired of being sick and tired. She had lost trust with her son, and her relationship was badly affected because of that. She had party bruises on herself, and she actually said to me that she just knew it wasn't cute anymore. She was really ashamed of herself. So now, after being through the program, Chris has been able to tell us when she wrote in that I'm now more confident. I feel great, and most importantly, my son trusts me again. I'm happy. It's almost like joy is creeping back into me. I've even been able to giggle and laugh out loud and just have fun. This is something I haven't done for a very long time. I tried to stop drinking before, but it never lasted. The Drink Less method has really helped me learn a lot about myself and really drink less and completely stop when I want to. I feel better, my confidence is back, and I feel like me again. My biggest transformation is that I went from this insecure, little, scared, guilty and shameful person feeling like I wasn't worthy to ever feel good again, to now feeling excited about my life and being joyful. I'm proud of myself. Even my mum's proud of me. I know now that I am enough. Just the other day, I rode my bike around the lake with my son, and he told me the other day, Mum, we wouldn't have even done this 2 months ago. We never went paddleboarding. We even went paddleboarding and test drove a car, which I would never have believed I deserved to do. To women who want to change, the sooner you get to drinking less, you'll feel better and you'll get more enjoyment out of life. So do it now. If you know that you want to change, I've gotten back to myself. I wish I had done this years ago. And we're so proud of Chris, as we are all the women in the program. So now moving on to secret number 2, how eating lots of foods that you love can help you drink less and lose weight. Now, along with lots of things that we've got in the Drink Less program, this is also really new and exciting research that allows us to share this with you, which is that in order to actually make those changes you need to make in your neural pathways, you need to feed your brain with the vitamins, minerals, and good fats that it needs to actually build those neural pathways. Now, one of the very big problems with many of the old school methods that have been used to help people drink less is that they tell the people how they should change the way they think, but they don't give them this really big secret, that if you are expecting your neural pathways to change without giving it the fuel that it needs to grow new neural pathways, it's like expecting your car to drive across the country without putting fuel, without putting gas in the car. So we have to put gas in the car to expect our car to get us where we want to go. And the same is said for food. We need the right kind of food and lots of it to change those neural pathways. So the amazing thing is that once again, you have the power to do this. You have the power to change the way you are thinking, and you can speed up the process by eating the right kind of food. So the amazing thing that you can stop counting calories, because I think you've been hungry since about 1983, and we don't need to do that anymore. What we need to do is eat more food and more good food. So every time you are putting something into your body, what you want to ask yourself is this fueling my body to make the changes I need to make so that I can drink less and change my life? So I want you to eat more good food. You never need to worry about a calorie again. And a really great way to do this is actually to worry about getting a really good variety of food instead of the calories in your food. Now, the next secret tip along this same line is that fat is your friend. Now, for many years, we've been told low fat is good, cut fat out of your diet. Now, that is not the case for good, healthy fats. So when we have a good, healthy diet of unprocessed whole foods with good fats, that is what we need to change our neural pathways, rewire our brains, change the way we think so that we can change the way we drink. So make sure you start incorporating good fats into your diet, because you cannot put the fuel in your neural pathways if you don't get the good, right kind of fat. And then finally, our other tip is sugar. Now, we all know we like something sweet every now and again, but the problem is that the white processed sugar that we have at the moment not only decreases our brain's ability to build those neural pathways, it actually obviously also affects our moods in the short term. So I'm going to move now to telling you the really simple steps that you can take away with you to make changes in your life today to change the way you think so that you can change the way you drink. This, as I said, is amazing because this is all about you and you have the power to do this. So 4 simple steps. Add as many colours to your plate as possible. Forget counting calories and count the colours. Good whole foods in lots of colours on your plate. Swap refined white sugar for the sugar that you get in natural fruits and add those fruits to your colour count. Swap bad fats in your diet for the good fats, because those good fats are the ones that are going to help you build your neural pathways. And every single time you eat something, ask yourself, is this thing I'm putting in my mouth right now going to fuel my body and feed my neural pathways so that I can rewire my brain for a happier life? So moving on now to our next lovely lady who has completed our program. Now this is Julie, and Julie is a mother and she's a professional woman who actually works as a professor and works one-on-one with her clients. Now, before Julie did our program, she tells us that she was drinking way too much wine in the evenings after work. She used alcohol as a way of handling and coping with her stress and her anxiety. And she was waking up in the mornings with a cloudy mind, and she knew that she wasn't getting the most out of her life. Now, Julie now says, after doing the Drink Less program, I'm finding the gratitude in everything that I do now, and I'm more self-aware about my feelings and stress. I'm drinking less now and finding positive ways to handle stress, and I'm living a more purposeful life now thanks to Drink Less, Live More. Most importantly, I'm more grateful for my life, the relationships I have with my husband, sons, and even my grandchildren. I think that when we always put off things in our life that we should embrace for a better life. I've recommended a lot of my clients to this program. This program will change your life. The anonymous virtual sisterhood that nurtures in this group of women that accept each other unconditionally is great. We women should help each other out. Now, a great point to make here is Julie had actually decided to use the Drink Less program, not to cut out drinking altogether, but just to drink less. Because remember, one of the amazing things with the Drink Less program is it's up to you to choose how you would like to change your drinking patterns, and then we will support you in whatever your goal is. So moving now to secret number 3, which is such an amazing advantage that you can have for your children, which is how is your drinking helping your children? Now, I want to know, is anything we're saying so far making sense to you? Are you seeing a connection to what I'm saying and how these ladies are changing their life? So in this secret number 3, I really know that you can take something away from this, and I really know that you're committed to making change in your life now because you're here on this webinar today. So, like many of us, when I was drinking, I was so sad about the damage I was doing to my children. And that is one of the greatest concerns of many women who come into our program. But the exciting thing is that we can make a difference with this. So the first point I want to make is that as much as you are trying to hide your drinking from your children, unfortunately, your children do know what's going on. They are using your behaviours as a learning mechanism to decide what they will do with their own lives. Now, this not only means that they're learning that alcohol is a way of dealing with their life, but you are also showing them that you do not value your own health enough to be able to make a change in your life and look after yourself. So the exciting thing now in the fact that you are ready to make a change now is that you have made the first step to showing your children that you are worth it, that you are valuable. And because your children learn from everything you do, because you're showing to your children that you are valuable, they are also learning that they are valuable too. Now, this is an amazing lesson that so many mothers do not get to share with their children. So these lessons that you can show your children as you begin this new stage in your life, new positive changes coming forward in your life now, you are making a step towards changing your children's life too. You can show them bravery, self-respect, and the ability to improve no matter what the situation. And that is a skill that is the most valuable thing that you can often give your own children. So the key takeaways for that secret is It is okay to look after yourself. Now is a time that by prioritizing yourself, you are actually helping your children. The second point to remember is at this time, communication is key. You can share with your children, no matter what age they are, that you are about to make this positive change in your life because you value yourself. Because remember, by sharing that with them, you are sharing with them that they too are valuable. The best way to allow your children to communicate how they're feeling during this time of change for you is to ask open-ended questions. And by that, I mean questions that they can't just answer yes or no to, but a question where you ask them something and they can give you a response. By doing this, your kids will share with you openly what their feelings are, and you can move through this process together. And the final biggest tip you can take away is really to just do it. Because by moving forward and valuing yourself and doing positive change, you are living by example. And that is the biggest gift you will ever be able to give your children. Now we're going to move on to our next lovely lady who has successfully completed the Drink Less, Live More program, Donna from Washington. Now, we don't have a photo of Donna here, and this is a great time for me to bring up with you why that is. And that is because in the Drink Less program, the single most important thing for us is your privacy, security, and anonymity. So while some of our other ladies were happy for you to see their photos, Donna actually asked us not to. And of course, we absolutely respect the privacy and security of every single one of our members above anything else. So Donna told us that before she came onto the program, she struggled with alcohol and was drinking way too much every night. She felt out of control, guilty, shameful, and like she was not getting the most out of her days. She started out drinking out of habit a bit later in life when her mum had died. Now, after finishing the program, Donna has said to us, I'm feeling stronger now because I'm not drinking anywhere near as much as I was. I have my sense of pride, joy, and accomplishment back. I'm more aware of my thoughts and feelings and the response I give to them. It's very empowering. I was at the point that I wanted to make a change, so I signed up. I am so glad I did. Second, do not overthink the program or your interest in it. If you are at all drawn to thinking about this program, just know you want to change your relationship with alcohol, then just sign up and do it. The program will help you in so many ways beyond how much you drink. Third, the program is totally non-judgmental. Do not fear what others may think, as it's fully encouraging, understanding group of ladies just like you. The sooner you change your relationship with alcohol, the better. Our relationship with it morphs the longer it controls us. You may want or need to stop altogether or drink less than you do now. Whatever the situation and end goal, the sooner you face these things and face our relationship with alcohol, the sooner we get our full life back and health. So that's Donna's amazing story. So moving on to secret number 4. You are going to love this one. You can start on it tonight if you're off to a party. How do you say no to a drink and still be the life of the party? So in order to stop being asked, why aren't you drinking, you need a plan. If you turn up to your next party with no plan, that's exactly what's going to happen. Someone's going to ask you, why aren't you drinking? And you will be right there feeling uncomfortable. So we have 2 absolutely foolproof ways for you to say no to a drink at a party and still be the life of the party. Now, these 2 ways have been tried and tested by people around the world, and lots of people have tried lots of things, and these 2 ways are absolutely foolproof. So firstly, solution number 1, Say yes instead of no. Now, this one is very easy and tricks everyone who you say it to. So when someone walks over to you and says, would you like a drink? You have this prepared because you have planned and practiced, of course, and you say in a very clear voice, remember they have said to you, would you like a drink? You say, yes, I would love a soda now, thank you. So you have said yes to their question whilst saying no to alcohol. Now, if you say this response very clearly and very assertively, you will find that people do not pressure you to have an alcoholic beverage. Now, our solution number 2 is perhaps for the little more brave amongst us, but it is definitely a tactic that works every time and makes you very popular. So I would say once you have the ability to use this solution, you will change your life. Now, what we do is divert and compliment. So by that I mean you're at a party and someone walks up to you and even before they get to you. So do not let them have the chance to even ask you why you are drinking. And as soon as you see a person walking towards you, think of absolutely anything about that person that you can compliment. So as they're walking towards you, before they even open their mouth, you say, wow, Mary, that new haircut of yours looks fantastic, that dress looks great on you, or I love that jacket, or wow, aren't those shoes great? So absolutely anything that you can think of to compliment that person. Now, here is a secret about people in general. People's favourite topic is themselves. So as soon as you have diverted their attention away from you, because they were about to ask you if you would like a drink, and you have diverted their attention to themselves, they will immediately start talking about themselves. So they'll respond with, oh, thanks, yeah, I just had my hair done last week, or yeah, I just bought this jacket at, and they'll tell you the story. Now, if at any stage in this conversation they look like they're diverting back to you, just continue to use this strategy. So continue to ask the person about themselves. So how's that new job? How's that new car? How did that holiday go last week? Continue to always ask the person about themselves. You will find this technique is a complete blessing because you will have whole conversations for sometimes hours at a time with another person and they have never asked you about what you were drinking. Now, the added bonus about this technique is that you will literally be the life of the party, because not only might you be the only one still standing, you have allowed the other people at the party to all spend the whole time talking about themselves. So they think you are the best conversationalist they have ever met. So, as I've said, you do have to have a little bit of fearlessness to use that second technique, but once you get a handle on it, it can really change the way you relate to people when you're out at a party or in public. So here's some simple steps for you to take away and practice before your next event. So the first tip is practice, practice, practice. The more you do this, it will just come easy. No one will ever harass you about drinking because you will have these techniques so down pat. So perhaps start with the easy one first and start with an easy group of people. And by that, I mean people who perhaps you don't feel would normally pressure you too much about your drinking. And then when you feel brave enough, work your way up to that second technique of complimenting the person, diverting their attention back to themselves, and you will learn to work that room like you have never done before. So practice these techniques and begin seeing a real change in the way that people deal with you at parties. So now we're going to move on to another one of our lovely ladies from the program, and this is Kat, who lives in San Francisco. Now, before the program, she said she was struggling with a lot of emotional issues and with loneliness. She had a lot of failure in her personal life, and she had been trying to have a baby on her own for the last 2 years. Now, after completing the Drink Less program, Kat said to us, I finally have my energy back and I work out a lot and make dreams again and work for them. You made this lonely and scary journey humane, took the guilt away, offered practical steps, and most importantly, you became a supportive friend and ally. I'm getting my strong self back and I am giving back. I thought this was a very different solution than any other support group out there, and it was with women, so it became more relevant to me and it has paid off. Join the group. It is tailored for us women and it can work. Now is always the best time to start working on yourself and find relief. Now, that's a fantastic story from Kat, and as with this, Kat has said what a great community of women we have within the program, and that has helped Kat. But also, as Kat has said in here, she really felt that me being there, supporting her the whole way through, has made, as she says, this scary journey humane. So now we're going to move on to secret number 5, and you are going to love this one, how to do less but be more valuable to your family. Now, one of the biggest things I find working with women around the world is that we care so much for the people around us, the people that we love, that we are so adamant about helping and caring for other people, we often forget to look after ourselves. And for a lot of women, this is actually what has happened and one of the many reasons why we drink too much, because we are so busy caring for everyone else, we don't take the time to care for ourselves. Now, a large part of our program is about learning how to care and value yourself, but here are some really interesting ways that you can begin this process right now. So one issue that so many women have is that it is so important to us to care for the people we love. As soon as we start doing anything for ourselves, we can begin to feel guilty because there's a lot of confusion as to what is self-care and what is selfish. Now, what you need to remember is that there's a very big difference between selfish and self-care. And self-care is so, so important because you cannot serve from an empty platter. So you can't help other people. You can't help the people you love until you are helping yourself first. So to understand that we really can't feel guilty about caring for ourselves, because caring for ourselves actually allows us to care more for the people that we love. Now, going back to our earlier lesson on guilt and on valuing ourselves, this is also an important lesson that we are showing to our children and the people around us, because by showing the people around us that we care about ourselves enough to value ourselves and incorporate self-care in our lives can actually show the people around us that they should value themselves too. And this is an amazing lesson that you can hand to your children, because I know that you want the people around you to value themselves too. So some simple steps for you to take away today to start changing the way you value yourself and the people around you value you is to spend time every single day on your own self-care. Now, I know everyone's busy, but even if you can find 2 minutes in your day that you can actually begin to do a self-care activity, self-care can be anything you'd love to do and any way that you care about your mind, your body, or your spirit. So even a couple of minutes a day is beginning to show yourself and the people around you that you are valuable, and you are worth this self-care. Now, a really big part of this is learning the power of saying no. No is a complete sentence, and sometimes we need to say no to other people so that we can actually care for ourselves for a minute in order in the long term to be able to help those people more. So there's some really good strategies there about learning to know that you can say no. Now, the beauty all of these strategies is practice, practice, practice. So if it's a little difficult to find 2 minutes in your day or say no to one person you care about today, then just start small, practice, and eventually this will become second nature to you. And this is a skill that will literally change the way you think about yourself and other people think about you. So let me ask you, are you ready to hear about this opportunity, which can work for you even if you have no time, no experience, and no willpower? So today I want to tell you about what we can offer you today. The private Drink Less, Live More online program is a 12-module program. The value of the program itself is $997 worth of program, which includes 12 core modules, the Kickstarter program, live Q&A sessions with me, and access to our absolutely amazing sisterhood forum of other women who have either completed the Drink Less program or are currently on the Drink Less program. You get access to all the tools, videos, and templates. Now, this is a brief summary of how the program modules are established and set up in the Drink Less, Live More program. So the Kickstarter week is a week where we get your mind, body, and soul ready for the Drink Less program. Now, remember, the Drink Less program is all about you, and it's all about your choice and your decisions and us supporting you. So when you join the program, you don't have to change the way you drink that very day. And in fact, there's no specific time where you need to make those changes. In the Kickstarter week, we begin to share with you information so that you can begin to make an informed decision about how you will change the way you will drink and what your goals will be. So that's what the Kickstarter week is. Then we begin work on all of the areas behind why you drink. So the beauty of the Drink Less program is it doesn't only give you the access to the forum of amazing women who can help you really resist from picking up a drink the exact second when you feel like it in any time of any day, but we also work on these really background issues and areas that are the reason behind the way we drink. So these are the things. It's one thing to stop drinking, but it's another thing to stay stopped. Now, these are the issues that will help you move forward for really good, positive, lifelong changes to yourself. And as you saw in our ladies who told us about the program, all of those ladies said that this program helped them not only with their drinking, but things like their self-esteem, their relationships, and how they felt about themselves. So what I can offer you today is not only the Drink Less program valued at the $997, but that 3-month anonymous sisterhood forum with those amazing supportive women in it who feel or have felt exactly like you for $297 of value, and the online sessions with me, regular live online sessions at $247, which is a total value of $1,491. Now, I'm very excited today because for the first 20 women who buy today, we are actually also able to offer this 14-day pre-program life detox. So this bonus, this first bonus that we can offer you, assists with immediate improvements in your life. It can fit into your lifestyle with very little extra time. It focuses on positive change and beginning to allow your mind to think about the positive changes you are going to begin to make in your life with the Drink Less program. And for the first 10 women who act fast and purchase the program today, we do have the special second bonus of the Drink Less personal journal. Now, this is very exciting because by using the Drink Less journal as part of the Drink Less program, you actually can achieve better results because you keep very accountable to yourself as you track your transformational progress as you begin to drink less. So discover things about yourself you didn't know and become accountable to yourself. So we can sum that up by saying, if you move quickly and go today with the Drink Less, Live More program, our amazing community of women who are there to support you, the online live Q&A with me, the 14-day detox program, and the Drink Less journal that goes along with the program, a total value of $1,835. And you can see that that would be a very good deal if I sold it to the general public for $9.95. But today I'm very excited because we can offer this to you at a one-time price of $199. Now, we are able to provide that link for you to click onto, and you can click on that link to sign up right now today. Now, if you did this, if you joined our program, if all you got out of this program that you were a happier, healthier you, if all you got is that you had less stress or less guilt, or if all you got was to feel more confident or stronger relationships, is this worth every cent you've paid for it? So we have two options, which is you can either pay a $199 one-time fee, one and only payment, or if you would prefer, we can automatically take the $19.99 out every week for the 12 weeks you're on the program, and it will be all paid up by the time you finish. Now, I fully understand what it feels like to be where you are now. And I've shared with you that I have been there, and I know that this decision to change the way you drink is a difficult decision. And that's why I have included the 30-day risk-free money-back guarantee. So we are risk-free because firstly, I have shared with you that your privacy is extremely important to us. So all of your information is protected by secure SSL technology. And this is risk-free because after 30 days, if you have done some of the program and it really isn't working for you, and for whatever reason you would like your money back, you can talk to my support team and they will be more than happy to refund your money for a risk-free way to go forward. Now, I just want to do a few comparisons for you from our $199 for our program. I want to show you some other programs that are available. Now, the Hazelton Live-In program, which is normally 4 weeks, so 1 month, is $28,000. And a comparable program to ours, so their outpatient program, so a program that someone does at home, for Hazelton is $10,000. The Passages program is $45,000 and the Promises program is $33,000. Whereas the private, in your own home, Drink Less, Live More program specifically designed for women like you is just $199. So I want to ask you a question here, which is that I have found that there are really two groups of women. The first group is the ladies who are not quite ready to stop changing the way they drink. They will stay where they are and they don't really want to be more happy or have better relationships or feel different than they do now. Or there are the second group of women that we love working with. These are the action takers. These are the women who are ready for change in their life right now today. And I want to ask you, which group of women are you in? So remember, I am nothing special. What I am is a woman who has been exactly where you are now. Alcohol nearly killed me. I nearly died from my drinking. And from that, I have spent almost 10 years of my life researching, studying, and collecting information that can give other women a simpler journey than I had in order to get healthy and change the way they drink and change their life. So now I am so excited to have so many women on the Drink Less program who are now changing the way they drink and changing their lives. So you have two choices. There is no doubt you can try this on your own, and I wish you every blessing in doing that. You can spend thousands of dollars, a lot more time, a lot of energy, and maybe you will get it right. Or you can take this 100% risk-free leap of faith with us and come in for this small investment today and join the Drink Less program and begin making positive change in your life today. And remember, if it doesn't work, you just ask for your money back. So the real question is this worth a few minutes of your time to pop into the link and check out how to get onto the program? So all you need to do once you've gone into that link is go in. You can choose your own username. It's private, it's secure, and it's anonymous. Any name you would like, so no one else in the program knows who you really are. Then once you have gone in there, you've chosen your username, you also then just click on the PayPal link today. So today you will need to click on the PayPal link to get these special bonuses. Now remember, once you've clicked through to PayPal, you can actually pay on your credit card or through your PayPal account, and then you will receive your login information immediately. Now, the fantastic thing about that, remember, is you can have your log information today. You can go in and begin to start talking to the other ladies who feel exactly like you or have been exactly where you are now. Start talking to the other ladies in our forum of beautiful, supportive community of women. And then when you're ready to get started on the program, you can start next week and begin making changes in your life. So it's so easy, and we are here to support you the whole way. So I am so looking forward to seeing you within our community of Drink Less, Live More ladies, and I am looking forward to helping you begin these positive changes in your life. If anyone's got any questions before we click off, feel free to type through your questions now and we'll answer anything you have. And thank you to all the ladies who've actually clicked through already and are just joining the program now. So welcome, and I can't wait to see you on the forum very soon. Okay, thanks very much, ladies, and thank you so much for spending the time today.